we're working to connect a region of over 600 cultural bridges between our lands.
Hello and welcome to ASEAN in Focus. I'm Judith Imera, delivering to you the latest news in and around the ASEAN region on today's headlines. The Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, confirms that one Filipino national tested positive for the coronavirus 2019 in Singapore. The death toll from a flash flood which hit a large group of students trekking along a river in Indonesia rose to 8. As rescuers search for 2 still missing. And the Chinese Football Association said that China will play their 2022 World Cup qualifiers against Maldives and Guam behind closed doors in Thailand because of the coronavirus. One Filipino national tested positive for the coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 in Singapore. The Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, confirmed on Sunday. Citing reports from the Philippine Embassy, or PE, in Singapore, Foreign Affairs Undersecretary Brigido Dulay said this is the first confirmed case involving a Filipino in the city-state. Amid the rapid spreading COVID-19, Singapore recently raised its disease outbreak response system condition to orange, meaning the disease is severe and easily spreads from one person to another. The same alert level was last hoisted in Singapore during the Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, or SARS, outbreak. Latest data from the World Health Organization, or WHO, showed that there are 77,794 confirmed cases of COVID-19 infection globally. As 30 Filipino repatriates departed New Clark City in a send-off ceremony organized by the Department of Health, or DOH, and the Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, on Saturday. They likewise left the quarantine facility. Meanwhile, fears mounted Saturday over the rise of new cases and fatalities outside China from the new coronavirus outbreak, as the World Health Organization warned of a shrinking window to stem the spread of the deadly disease. The warning came as the first European died from the new COVID-19 strain, which first emerged in December in central China but has now spread to over 25 countries and caused more than a dozen deaths outside the country. A 78-year-old Italian man died after testing positive for the virus, with a death toll reaching 4 in Iran, and a number of cases reported across the Middle East, including the first infections in Israel and Lebanon. A second person died in South Korea, authorities reported on Saturday, as the number of cases in the country spiked. Italy has locked down 10 towns and asked over 50,000 people to stay home, a move with echoes of China's lockdown of entire cities in Hubei province at the center of the outbreak. In China, the number of cases outside Hubei, where millions remain under quarantine, has been generally declining, although new hotspots were found in several prisons and hospitals Friday.
Number of cases with no clear epidemiological link, such as travel history to China or contact with a confirmed case. Apart from the Diamond Princess cruise ship, the Republic of Korea now has the most cases outside China. And we're working closely with the government to fully understand the transmission dynamics that led to this increase. We're also concerned about the increase in cases in the Islamic Republic of Iran, where there are now 18 cases and 4 deaths in just the past 2 days.
Case in Lebanon was detected in the airport because they were screening the symptomatic cases coming from Iran, and this is how this case was detected. And the original office in Cairo is now in contact with the 2 countries to assess the situation first, and to try to evaluate what is the kind of technical assistance that these two countries may need, and we are ready to provide this technical assistance.
What is really important in epidemiology when you observe an epidemic is to remember that surveillance or monitoring of the disease aims at taking the best possible decision. And so it's really numbers for action and not numbers for numbers. And so as long as we understand how things are counted and what the numbers include, then it helps us to make the best possible decision to protect the health of the people.
So what I believe is the window of opportunity is still there. But where our window of opportunity is narrowing, I would put it that way, narrowing. And that's why we called the international community to act. And that's why I explained yesterday, although we're asking for the international community to act quickly, including the financing, that's not what we see.
Indeed, we see that the situation is evolving. Not only the number of cases is increasing, but also we see different patterns of transmission in different places.
Officials said Malaysia is investigating 27 people for allegedly spreading misinformation about the deadly new coronavirus, as governments across Asia crack down on false claims about the epidemic. The virus has so far killed more than 2,700 people. Facebook to block an anti-government page in the city-state that it says was peddling misinformation about the pathogen. Officials from the Communications Ministry and Prime Minister's Department said of the 27 people under investigation in Malaysia, 4 have already been charged in court, and another 4 were expected to be charged on Friday. No details were provided.